heavyweights. But Ciryl Gane, in his DNA, is a gigantic, bona fide, legit heavyweight that just so happens to be very, very light on the feet, incredibly fast, can move around, all over the place, shaking and baking, jigging and jiving, moving and grooving, whatever else you want to say, right? Yeah. I think that's a big advantage in this fight here.
Yeah, that's the thing. He kicks so well too. He's not just a guy that's going to be some lumbering heavyweight. I think there's a lot of heavyweights on the roster that Pereira would hands down easily just go out there and KO to death. No problem. This one is a challenge. And I think that's what entices him, whether it was going to be Jones or whether it's going to be Ciryl Gane. You're going for that third belt. If he gets it, you are a legit. And where do we go from here? If he wins that friggin' belt.
And so Alex Pereira, not ever having to worry about that weight cut again, which has burdened him his entire life through his kickboxing career. Through his time at 185, which he finally said, I'm not doing it anymore. His time at 205, it's not the same spot. Alex can still make 205. I'm just sharing, this is a very different Alex Pereira. I have watched this guy train a lot. He is disciplined. He works hard. He does not miss practice. He's the first guy there. He's the last one to leave. One of these things, the things that you would expect from a champion, but he's always had to fight 2 battles. He's got to get ready to fight the guy that's going to be standing across from him, and he's got to fight the scale. He doesn't have to fight the scale anymore. I not only predict for you that we're going to see a successful, awesome Alex Pereira, I submit for you, you're going to see the best version of Alex Pereira. And I think that's a very...
I can see Gane eye-poking Pereira and Pereira doing, the Jamal Hill thing where he calls off the ref and then sleep Ciryl Gane on the White House card.
Alex may have this opportunity to become a 3-time world champ against Ciryl Gane.
Ciryl Gane, people are talking about this. The infinite title shot glitch. He's back again.
I don't know. So, hey, Ciryl Gane looked good in that fight against Tom. Ciryl's going to be hard to knock out in the first round because he does stick and move. He's not going to sit there and trade with Pereira. He's going to jab. He's going to move. He bounces around, like you said, a light guy. It's going to be interesting.
I agree. I think it's going to be hard for him early on. I think he's going to lose the first round, maybe the second, and then settle in. But I'm excited, man. It's going to be a good fight.
Dude, and those two fights, 5-round fights, and people are just complaining so heavy about this White House card.
Yeah, Gane versus Pereira is officially happening, and the fight has fans completely divided. Some believe Pereira will simply walk forward, apply pressure, and finish the fight with his signature power. Others argue that Gane's movement and footwork will make things far more complicated, turning it into a difficult puzzle for Pereira to solve. There's no clear favorite here, and that uncertainty is exactly what makes...
I don't think he gets past Ciryl Gane. I think that weight is real. Could he 100%, in particular in that division. But nobody has really finished Ciryl Gane, and his movements is very problematic. Pereira also does get hit tomorrow. Now, can you take a heavyweight's punch? Now you're talking about Francis Ngannou power? A real big heavyweight?
You are right, Henry. Ciryl Gane is no slouch. When he was fighting Tom Aspinall, we saw how that fight was starting to look. But listen, I think this is a fantastic fight. I'm not counting anyone out here. I'm not counting Alex Pereira out here because Alex Pereira does have the power to really change things. We felt this way when Alex Pereira said he was wanting to go to light heavyweight. Now he dominated that weight class.
Michael Bisping sees this matchup as even more intriguing than the long-discussed fight with Jon Jones. Not because that fight wouldn't be massive, but because it would likely revolve around grappling. In his view, Jones would focus on wrestling, slowing Pereira down and neutralizing his striking. Against Gane, that dynamic changes completely. The fight is far more likely to stay on the feet, giving Pereira the kind of environment where he can truly be dangerous and land something significant.
Ciryl Gane, Alex Pereira, interim heavyweight title, right? I thought it was going to be Jones and Ciryl. It's not, okay? Yeah. I still think it's a tremendous fight. I think in some ways it's a better fight. We said this on the post-fight show. I said it on the YouTube video and people were like, oh yeah, you would say that, company man. No, listen, Jones, it would be a spectacle and it would be great to see Pereira versus Jones. Of course it would. But in terms of, you all just shit and everyone's been shitting on Charles Oliveira taking down Max Holloway. Do you not think Jon Jones would take down Alex Pereira? Of course, that would be the strategy. I'm not saying Pereira can't stop a takedown, but that's what he's going to try and do because on the feet, Pereira could very well knock him out. Well, Ciryl Gane and Alex Pereira, they're going to put on one hell of a display.
Bisping also highlights the differences in size and movement. While he fully respects Pereira's power and believes it can translate to heavyweight, He emphasizes that Gane is a natural in the division. Gane isn't just big, he's comfortable, mobile, and surprisingly fast for his size. Pereira moving up in weight might sound impressive, but it comes with trade-offs. Adding size could impact his speed, and he'll be facing someone who is already fully adapted to the demands of heavyweight competition.
Great point. You know, we have weight classes for a reason. There's also a reason why no one's become a 3-weight division champion.
Yeah, it's
he
so
couldn't
hard.
make 185 by almost killing himself. Now he's going up to heavy, where it's not, I mean, naturally he walks around as a heavyweight, but he's not naturally a heavyweight fighter. So
Yeah.
what will happen? He'll be heavier, which will slow you down a bit. He will have, I think, extra power. I still think he can take the shots. I think he's still got the power to knock out heavyweights. But Ciryl Gane, in his DNA, is a gigantic, bona fide, legit heavyweight that just so happens to be very, very light on the feet, incredibly fast, can move around, you know, all over the place, shaking and baking, jigging and jiving, moving and grooving, whatever else you want to say, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a big advantage in this fight.
Paul Felder agrees that this is a more competitive fight, but he approaches it from a tactical standpoint. He explains that against someone like Jones, Pereira would likely spend much of the fight defending takedowns or stuck on the ground, limiting his offensive opportunities. Against Gane, that entire grappling layer is removed. This transforms the bout into a predominantly striking battle, allowing both fighters to operate in their preferred domain for most of the fight.
Yeah, no, I think you're right with that it's definitely going to be a much more competitive, much more exciting affair. Whereas even if Pereira had success against Jon Jones, you're right. A lot of that time would be spent at some point defending some sort of takedown or not defending the takedowns and getting taken down, waiting for his opportunity in the next round to be able to strike. This is going to be a big boys kickboxing in there. We saw how good Ciryl Gane looked when he was fighting Tom Aspinall before the eye pokes. He was landing good shots. He's athletic. He can move. These are two heavyweights that can move and can strike. It's going to be a banging ass fight.
When discussing the odds and overall matchup, Felder keeps things grounded. He acknowledges Pereira's abilities, but points out that moving from middleweight to heavyweight is a massive leap. It's not just about gaining size. It's about adapting to a division where every opponent carries serious power. Gane is already accustomed to that level of force and durability. While Pereira's knockout ability